This is an NYY Sports Talk podcast presented to you by Baseballism, a premium lifestyle apparel brand inspired by America's pastime. Baseballism is America's brand.
Now batting for the New York Yankees, the shortstop, number 2.
Welcome back. This is episode 127 of the NYYST Podcast, presented to you by Baseballism.com. I am your host, Christian. As always, joined by my co-host, Chris.
You.
And it's that guy, Ryan.
What up?
Start the show off by wishing everybody out there that's a papa happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to our co-host here, Chris.
Thank you.
Father's Day, Chris.
Thank you. Can I apologize? Because we talked about it right before the show. Can I apologize for the audio? We've been trying to just incorporate all this video stuff, and I'm trying to make my life as easy as possible because I'm a papa. Okay? And I need as much time. I need to be as efficient as possible with this stuff. So I was trying to, but I was sacrificing quality, and I couldn't handle it anymore. So we are back to recording audio-wise the way we did. Video-wise, the way we need to. Everything should sound good, crisp, and sexy again.
Yeah, well, it was only really my audio that was...
No, it wasn't just your audio.
No, it was.
Okay, you want to know how selfish you are then?
We sound good.
Do you want to know how selfish you are?
Here we go.
If you go back to the older episodes, when we first started doing the audio, you sounded great. Ryan sounded great. I was echoing. I echoed, but you didn't even hear that because you probably mute over whenever me and Ryan are talking and just listen to yourself. So that's why you thought.
So when I listen back to the show, I mute the two of you and only listen to myself?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe you have conversations with yourself.
Maybe.
Actually, you know what it is? I listen to myself to see how great and awesome my points are, and then I listen to you too. You not so much, but him, yes.
Let me tell you something, and let me be honest.
Cringeworthy
and let me
stuff
be
that
honest.
comes out of your
First of all,
mouth.
everything I say comes true. And that's the truth. If you go back to every episode, everything I say is right. It's correct.
Bet your life on it.
No, seriously, I bet my life. Almost everything I say and every point I make is incredible.
0 days since Chris
It's
last
really
bet his
incredible.
life.
It's really incredible.
We need a little
over here.
It's really
a
incredible.
counter for you.
It really is. Good for me.
Okay.
So, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, it's amazing that the Yankees win two. They split the series in Chicago, and
You mean Chicago?
They win two games that they desperately needed to win in the last 2 days, and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, well, maybe we should for just like 3 seconds, because I know we have all our points broken down, but the way they won these last 2 games made me feel really good.
Undefeated with an opener so far. I think they're 5-0 now?
Yeah, it's crazy. Ooh. We were just talking about that. That's crazy.
Has Green been the only one to
this year? Yes,
he's been the only one to start.
Holder did an opener last year, but Green's done all 5 of them this year.
And Nestor Cortez, bro. Who is this guy? Is he supposed to be decent or no?
You see what he is.
No, I don't. What I'm seeing is a guy who can somehow hold the other team off the board.
He was a Rule 5 guy. The Orioles selected him from the Yankees organization. I believe it was last year. I mean, we do have a stat guy to look all this stuff up, but I'm just going to...
Who did that?
Orioles selected him from the Yankees organization. He was a Rule 5 guy last year.
Okay.
And the Orioles returned him to the Yankees.
Okay.
And then
sounds like something I would do.
He pitched in 4 games last year for Baltimore, 7.71 ERA, 4 2/3 innings.
So you can see why he was
Seriously,
returned.
Tell me his ERA this year for the Yankees.
What do you think? What do you want to guess?
Bro,
Christian,
it's got to be. I would say it's probably under 4 now.
Come on! It's got to be 3.6.
It was still a little high going into the game yesterday.
A little higher than that.
It's a little higher than 4.
It's less than 4, but higher than Chris's.
All right,
so it's
yes.
like
3.63.
No, higher.
It's probably like 3.91.
3.79.
Okay,
that's really good.
19 innings.
That's a lot of innings.
19 hits, but.
He's got what Aaron Boone likes to call pitchability. So.
Pitchability.
Yeah.
Plus, I think he's like a nice contrast from Chad Green. So you throw Chad Green an inning or two, throwing
And Chad Green looked as good as he's looked since 2017.
I absolutely agree with that.
And and it looked like he developed his slider.
I absolutely agree with
2
that.
innings
And I
pitched,
thought the same
one
thing.
hit. He struck out the side and
if he's got that rising 97 mile an hour fastball with that slider, he's going to be
Forget
dead.
it. And he's confident with it.
Yes.
I think that's the most important aspect to Chad Green is his confidence.
How many innings did Nestor Cortez pitch yesterday? 4 or 5?
He had to go at least 5.
So they got the Yankees length, which was great because you never expect to have to only use 2 guys to go through 6 or 7 innings when you're doing an opener, which was really good.
Yeah. And we have a couple bullet points here, and when we get to one of them, I think we do need to discuss the length in which these starting pitchers are going.
And James Paxton was good today. I wouldn't say he was great. He was good.
He was, better. Look, did he have great stuff? No.
But he had an out pitch
But
today.
he was great because he held
6
the other
innings.
team off, and this team won.
You know what he had today that he didn't have against the Mets? He had an out pitch.
Right,
Some
because he
balls.
gave up some hits, but he got out of the jams.
His slider was
One
able
walk.
to get him outs today.
Yeah.
7 strikeouts, 2 earned
That's an
runs.
important factor to James Paxton.
And what I liked about him today, too, a little bit, it seemed like as the game was going along, he was able to keep his strength up because his fastball was actually pumping harder in the 5th and 6th.
They talked about his velocity today. That was a big issue, and that was really concerning to me. I know Ryan's a big velocity guy, but when you have a guy who came over here throwing 98, and then the last few games, he's been hitting 94, 95.
So today
was finally back up there.
Today was a big, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I'm not worried about him health-wise right now
not anymore.
after today.
I said he'd have one more start.
You said you had a source on that. That's what you said.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute.
My eyeballs.
How long has this show been running so far?
So
today?
far, I'll tell you.
6.5 minutes?
Yeah, about that.
Can we rewind back to about the 1.5 minute mark where you said everything you said comes true?
Bro.
Everything.
That's an opinion.
I remember when he said that.
That was an opinion.
Opinions can
when
be
when I give an educated
you sat here and you told us that you had a source. You said that. You put
I was clearly joking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you think I have a source that tells
That's
me?
What you said. And
I
just
said
going
I
based
talked
on
to
what you
James
said.
Paxton, bro. Listen, when I give a clear, educated
what are you guys even
perspective
talking about?
of a baseball point,
I was looking something up.
It's Father's Day. I'm just letting him have it.
when I do that, I'm so good to listen to, and I give. Stop touching my. These are mine now, and if you break the bat off the Don Mattingly, okay.
First of all, you don't even like Don Mattingly.
I didn't say that.
You said you don't have any respect for him.
Never said that. I never said that. Anyway. I said that I don't get why people go so crazy for him. He's clearly not a winner. Now you're gonna be hated by a bunch of Don Mattingly.
I don't know.
So we have some big news to get to. I mean, you gonna let me bullshit for?
That's what you wanted to do. You wanted
don't give me like sympathy time here on the mic. Just because it's Father's Day. I had a great Father's Day.
Well, I'm glad
I gotta say, thank you to my family. I really did.
Well, somebody that needs
to my amazing wife.
Somebody
that
needs a little sympathy is Clint Frazier, but we'll get to that in a minute. I actually want Ryan to bring up, if you can find, it's all over Twitter, so it's easy to find his post gamer, and then we'll play it back for anybody that hasn't heard it, because I think people really need to listen to it, and then we can break it down a little bit.
Clint Frazier's you're talking about?
Yeah. Edwin Encarnacion is a New York Yankee. When I was scrolling through Twitter during the game yesterday, I thought I was seeing things.
Do you hate it? Do you love it? Can you please stop touching that?
No.
Okay.
What do you want to do with this video here?
Just wait.
Just hold on.
Just hold it up. Get it up.
Goddamn millennials.
He's very impatient. So we're not watching the video now?
Not now.
I know.
And you're saying to yourself, the initial reaction is,
I hate this guy.
I really, first of all, I'm just saying to not that the initial reaction is that you hate him, is just, why? What? Why? Why are we getting Edwin Encarnacion right now?
The dingers.
Yeah, the guy leads the American League in home runs.
21, bro. I didn't know he had that many home runs right now.
The guy leads the league in home runs since 2017, right?
He actually leads the Major League Baseball in home runs in this decade.
What?
Yes.
Damn.
Wow.
Man, he had 32 home runs all of last season. He
the
already
major
has
league
21.
leader in home runs in the 2010s is Edwin Encarnacion.
That's pretty crazy, man. I didn't know that.
So you're just saying to yourself, why? And then your mind automatically goes to what's the next move? Because obviously the Yankees don't really need Edwin Encarnacion. He's a first baseman / DH. Aaron Boone today said that he's going to primarily play as the designated hitter. So what does that mean?
It means that there's no more room for a couple people, especially with some of our big guys on the horizon coming back up.
Just take it as a moment in time.
Okay.
The Yankees acquire Edwin Encarnacion. Giancarlo Stanton's going to be activated on Tuesday. Aaron Judge they haven't put in a definitive timetable. They say the homestand. I'm going to say probably at Houston series they'll be back. This team at full strength offensively, I mean, if you're a pitcher, you might come up with the flu before you have to hit the mound.
Yeah. Or the shizzies in the pants. The Tyler Wade, I call it.
The poopy butt.
The poopy butts.
The scare poopy.
Yeah, man. I mean, would you want to? First of all, you have a bunch of like no-name guys ripping through the American League East and all these teams all year. Now you're going to add Judge, Stanton, Encarnacion. I mean, how is this even allowed right now? And he said, and I know you ripped SNY's Twitter. I saw that. With everyone flipping out, the Yankees are more worried about adding another righty power bat than pitching. Come on, people.
That's what
Two things don't correlate. They don't
take
go
it in
hand
a
in
moment.
hand.
Take it in a moment in time. The Yankees acquired the American League leader in home runs. It has nothing to do with their pursuit of pitching.
He hasn't hit less than 30 home runs since 2011.
Like, do people think Brian Cashman went out and sought this, or do you think it kind of just fell on the table like this was happening? This can happen right now. We're still focusing on pitching.
This is what I like about Brian Cashman. This is why I don't actually want to hear anybody report the Yankees are linked to Madison Bumgarner, because everything the Yankees do, you don't ever hear about.
Stealthy.
Did you have any idea that they were going to trade for James Paxton?
No.
Then you just saw a tweet and said James Paxton.
Yeah, that was the best part of it. It was the best part of it.
There was nothing, absolutely nothing that you knew that he was probably going to get traded because Seattle's in tear down mode. But you had no idea.
I actually didn't even think about him.
You had no idea. There was nothing linking the Yankees in Seattle and Encarnacion training. All of a sudden, last night during the game, he's a Yankee.
Yeah.
So don't worry about what you hear in the news and who has sources.
It's not real.
They make a lot of trades with Seattle, huh?
Because I think they're...
Look, can I be honest?
One, you got Pineda.
Unless you have someone like Brian Hoke or one of these guys that has just always been linked with this team coming out and putting their neck out on line, I promise you, anything being heard or whatnot most likely is just a BS, long shot. Someone trying to throw shit up on a wall and seeing if it sticks. Well, sometimes it does. A lot of times it does.
I mean, fans with sources, they're going to be crawling out of the woodwork here, but you can't make that one up. Edwin Encarnacion is a Yankee. You heard absolutely nothing about it. And in essence, the Yankees got this guy for Nick Rumbelow.
It's crazy, man.
Because Juan Then, I heard Kay pronounce his name as Juan Thien, but I don't know. It's spelled Then, Then. Was originally in the Seattle organization. He was traded to the Yankees for Nick Rumbelow.
Unbelievable.
Rumble bro.
It's Rumble bro.
And then the Yankees traded Then back to Seattle for Edwin Encarnacion. Encarnacion, and he's got a $20 million option for next season with a $5 million buyout.
Player option?
No, club option.
Oh.
So I'm assuming, this is probably pretty much a rental for the Yankees.
Okay, it's a pretty damn
Still
good
owed.
So how do you feel about it though? Like, he's one of those guys, and I'll be honest, Encarnacion's one of those guys for years.
Can you stop doing the Parrot though?
He has to. He's one of those guys that I said, if he's ever a Yankee, I can't root for him.
No, you have to.
No, and the second I heard the news, I was excited. It's like it just happens. Even if you hate the player, the second they become a Yankee, if they're good, you're excited.
There's a lot of layers. There's a lot of layers to this trade.
There's a lot of layers.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the rest of the pod
sentence
in honor of Edwin.
Do the whole pond like that.
Bro, the Parrot has to go, right?
Yeah, I would like it if
that
it
might
goes.
even be the title of this podcast.
Does the Parrot come
with Edwin? The Parrot has to go, man.
No way, man.
You like the Parrot?
Not right now. This hurts. No, come on, that's cool. It's his trademark. You gotta have.
First of all, there was a 3-team trade in the offseason between the Indians, Seattle, and Tampa Bay. That originally sent Encarnacion from Cleveland to the Mariners, and in that trade, the Tampa Bay Rays picked up $5 million of Encarnacion's contract. So they're actually paying Encarnacion more money in 2019 than the Yankees are.
Okay.
And Encarnacion will be in the lineup most likely on Monday, to help defeat the Tampa Bay Rays.
For those of you not watching on YouTube, Stacker Rise had his hand up now for about 20 minutes, and
Edwin, baby.
And in honor of that, I think you should leave us a quick 5-star rating review on iTunes, or subscribe to our YouTube page and watch the show.
So that's one layer of it. The other layer is that teams like the Rays and Red Sox need a power bat, and
right.
That could have been Edwin Encarnacion.
Edwin Encarnacion on the Red Sox. We know how badly this guy has killed the Yankees over the years. Imagine the Red Sox add that, or the Rays add that, and then we have that's another guy that we have to worry about.
So sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you think the main reason then that they made this trade was for that reason?
No,
or
I think
was
the main reason is that they got because
Right.
they got him for a low-level pitching prospect and $3.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think they did it.
I agree.
So,
and he's the American League leader in home runs.
So, as I said, as a moment in time, yeah, and you look up that they pretty much didn't give up anything for him. They're paying Seattle and the Yankees are splitting the cost of the contract for the rest of the season. I don't know how you say
can't beat it.
I don't know how you say no to that.
You don't say no to it. Plain and simple.
So how does that trickle down? That trickles down that now Clint Frazier is in Scranton. He got sent down today.
I'm not okay with it.
And Stat Guy Rye, now you can play the clip.
Clint, with how well you've swung the bat, were you surprised that this move was made this afternoon?
Yeah, pretty surprised.
What was the message Aaron Boone sent to you when he said you were heading down?
That this is the reality of things, So I guess I'm facing reality right now.
Is that difficult to digest?
It's a tough pill to swallow. Yeah, I mean it's never fun, especially with how much I felt like I've contributed to this team this year.
When they acquired Encarnacion, did you think that you could be a victim of the numbers game?
Not because of Encarnacion, but maybe because of Judge or Stanton.
Do you feel like you've proven something in your time up here? Do you feel like you've shown what you wanted to show?
Yeah.
Okay. Kenny?
Yeah, Clint, do you feel like the numbers game while you've assured a major league future that it might not be here, that you might be a trade chip?
I've been traded once, so, who knows? I mean, I can't control that. I just try to play as good as I can to put myself in a good position.
The thing I didn't really like about his press conference there, is at the end when he said, and not do whatever I can to help the team. I don't like hearing that. I understand that he's upset. And
what do you mean?
Did you not listen to what he just said?
No, I did, but you didn't fully make sense just now.
I did make plenty of sense. That guy Ryan understood.
Say it again.
I said that he said I'm going to put myself in the best position to succeed. Not I still am here to do whatever it takes to help the team.
I got you.
So I didn't like hearing that he's really more concerned about what he's going to do for himself than what he's going to do to help this ball club or a ball club going forward. Now, the people that don't like Clint Frazier and
there's a lot of them,
and the ones that think his attitude sucks, what do you want out of the guy right there?
I think that you're dealing with a person who, and I feel like I've gone through moments in my life that I can relate to Clint Frazier in this way. I think a lot of us have, that he's in a position now where he feels like no matter what he does, he can't win. And I think that's a very deflating feeling. I felt like in past jobs, I'm sure all of us have in some aspect of our lives, have felt that we have done everything the right way, have worked our asses off, have performed, and still just felt like our fate was not in our own hands. And that is a very frustrating thing, especially for a young kid like Clint Frazier to have to deal with right now. Because how much better could this kid have been? I know defensively he's had his struggles, and I get that, and they were bad. But I mean, come on, this kid's getting sent down and I get it. And I know that eventually something would have to happen anyway. But really, to keep Mike Tauchman up right now and send this kid down, even if it's just for another day, I think was a big, big, big slap in the face. And I think it was a statement that the Yankees are making silently that he's gone. And I don't like when the Yankees do that shit. I really don't. I don't think it's a good look. I think it's very, very just shouldn't be the way an organization is run. And I think that Clint Frazier really did it to himself. I think the whole media thing really was something that the Yankees didn't like. But I just don't agree with this. I don't agree with how it's being handled. I think he's a young kid who clearly needs some help mentally being in this type of spotlight. And I don't think it was fair the way he was just sent down like that. I really don't.
First of all, it's completely fair. And I'm going to tell you why. And there's nobody that's been a bigger Clint Frazier fan on social media than me, except for maybe Clint Frazier, okay? What are you going to do? Why are you going to keep him up here an extra day? For what? What is that going to do for him? To keep him up here an extra day to be on the bench?
Because you don't look at things the way you're not very good, and this isn't a diss to you.
No, it's going to come off as
but why delay the inevitable?
Why delay the exactly?
Right.
Go ahead.
I understand.
Okay.
But you need to put yourself in Clint Frazier's shoes right now, not the Yankee organization.
Do you think it's going to make him feel any better to delay this by one day?
Let me ask you a question, because you are a very powerful personality in a room. So let me ask you a question. If you had someone who hadn't done shit, let's take a Yankee podcast. I'm not going to single anyone out because I can't even think of anyone's name. Let's take a Yankee podcast, right? That had only been running for maybe 20 days, okay? And you who has been doing this now for how many episodes? 127, okay?
All right.
And then we have a couple big guys that are coming back into the podcast world to knock the amateurs out. And they say, you know what?
We lost a day, and our show got canceled a day before than the other, but we were going out anyway.
Someone got to have one more day. And they chose the person who's only been doing this for 20 days. That wouldn't feel like a little slight to you?
Why? And they got to last one more day?
Stop focusing on that.
No, that's what the point is, though.
But the point is that...
What does it matter that he got sent down today as opposed to tomorrow?
To me and you and to the Yankees, nothing.
Exactly.
Put yourself in his shoes for 1 second.
All right, if you are putting yourself in his shoes, maybe he preferred it this way instead of maybe waiting an extra day, seeing Tauchman get sent down and saying, oh no, maybe I have a chance to stay with this club even when Judge comes back.
But from a pure baseball perspective, it doesn't make any sense to keep him up here for the extra day.
I agree with you. That's not my... Can you listen to my argument?
I understand what you're saying, but it also doesn't matter. You're saying it's a slap in the face to send him down regardless of when he goes down.
So do you think it is a slap in the face?
Kind of it is, because he's done... Look, here, I'm going to read you his stats right now. With runners in scoring position...
Stats.
Want to guess what he's batting with runners in scoring position this year?
With Rispy? 336.
Yeah, no, 395.
Wow.
Okay. You want to know what he's batting with runners in scoring positions and runners in scoring position and 2 outs?
420.
Say that again.
420.
That was a little closer, but no, he's hitting 444 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Okay. He's slugging 1,000 in those situations. His on base percentage with runners in scoring position is 434.
Wow.
And his on-base percentage with runners in scoring position and 2 outs is 474. So in runners in scoring position and 2 outs, which are back-breaking situations for an opposing club, he's on base almost 50% of the time.
And you're going to have your people, too, who, and you know this isn't going to happen, but you know what? They make a decent case here. You're going to have your people who are pissed off that Brett Gardner's still on this team. And I know Gardner's been pretty good lately. But you're going to have your fair share of people who are pissed off that Brett Gardner is still on this team over Clint Frazier.
Because I thought Clint Frazier would have been the last guy to go.
And that's kind of my point of what I'm trying to get at. Because he should have been. If anyone should have been the last, it should have been him. And I think that does go a long way in an organization. I think that's why you're seeing this happen, and it's because he's going to be traded.
But if he's not going to be the last guy to go, and it's only a day, and he's not going to play, it doesn't matter.
He's going to be traded, Christian.
It looks that way. That's certainly
what's going to happen. And that's part of this whole thing.
Has he played his last game wearing a Yankees uniform?
I absolutely. You want me to bet my life on something? Because this is it.
Yeah, just do it.
I'll bet my life it was the last game he's ever played in the Yankee uniform.
I hope he gets called up tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
He gets called up tomorrow. I hope there's an injury to not somebody important. Maybe
Speaking of injury, I broke my ankle.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. A few weeks ago. I've been playing on it.
Okay. It makes you feel better? Now, do you want to tell everybody how Kevin Durant is going to come back from his Achilles injury because you have an injury? You want to be that guy?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know. I think Frazier has been completely mistreated, and I'll be the first person to rip on a player.
I don't think he's been mistreated.
Come on, bro. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to me when someone doesn't... Look at me right now. You know who is the one guy, if the Yankees close their eyes and they need to get excited over someone, okay? If the Yankee organization's lining up in a line, they close their eyes and they go, show me some excitement. Who's the one guy they're thinking about right now?
Aaron Judge?
No, come on.
Who?
Who's the one guy who has made them happier than anyone?
DJ LeMahieu?
Right.
Okay.
Got it.
Would DJ LeMahieu, if he had any options or anything like that, would he ever get sent down?
But he doesn't.
No, because his game is...
But let me just... Can you please...
MLB ready.
No. This is what your problem is, and this is why we never get on the same wavelength. You don't use apples and apples. You use apples and fucking air conditioners, okay?
Because it's called using your imagination.
No. But if you're trying to get me to understand your point, you have to use apples and apples, not apples and air conditioners, okay?
Here's what I'll
give me
use.
a guy that has options. Make it comparable where I can say, okay, I understand that.
Okay, here's a fucking comparison for you. Here's a fucking comparison for you. Ready? If Clint Frazier was playing at the level of DJ LeMahieu, which he pretty much is,
he is. If you
he
look at
still would get sent down.
Yes, because
and that's bullshit.
Options.
And that is bullshit.
DJ LeMahieu.
No, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. End of story.
Out of those two,
and that's unfair. I'm sorry. It's unfair.
Okay, what are you, his burner account?
No. And I'm the
out of
last
those two
person.
players, LeMahieu and Frazier, who is more ready to contribute to a playoff roster?
DJ
I'm not
LeMahieu.
talking about. Now, do you think...
Who's a more complete player?
DJ LeMahieu.
All right, now, do you think that there is room for Clint Frazier to improve on his game?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
So what's the right move to do that? Should he be doing that in the major leagues on the bench, or should he be doing that playing every day in Scranton?
But that's the thing. Neither. He should be starting. And the Yankees...
For who, though?
But we knew this was going to be inevitable.
Right.
Any way you slice it. Even without Encarnacion, this was inevitable.
Right. I get it. But what I'm saying is, it's unfair. You can't tell me that him being sent down right now isn't unfair.
It sucks.
It sucks
he's
for him.
285.
It's unfair.
Sucks. It's not unfair.
His running and scoring position numbers
and
are
I know
ridiculous.
Cameron Maybin has been great too. But if they have any future plans of Clint Frazier,
that's why
Cameron Maybin is getting shipped away.
That's
Clint
why
Frazier
Cameron
is staying
Maybin
up
is
here.
still here. Because
And then Mike Tauchman's
getting
getting sent down, and Clint Frazier's staying on this team.
He wasn't going to play.
There's no future. And there's no future, so get rid of him. So get rid of him.
The writing's on the wall.
Because it's not fair for him to stay in this organization at this point. I'm on Team Clint Frazier on this.
You want to know something?
And you know what? You want to know something? I don't even like him that much.
I'm on Team Yankees, and if the Yankees deem it
You always
important,
are, though. You always are.
Because you want to know something? They made a completely fair and legitimate trade to get him, and it's well within their right to tell him, you know what, I don't have any room for you in 2019.
I never said it was.
Sit your ass down and Scranton.
I never said it wasn't.
And learn how to become a competent outfielder. And then
you are the business
maybe,
head.
and then maybe we'll trade you, and maybe you'll be your left fielder
You ever
next
see,
year. But you know what?
Deal with Ren
it.
and Stimpy, Pinky and the Brain. You're the business part of the brain, and I'm the more empathetic side of things. I'm seeing this as Clint Frazier right now, and it's not fair.
Look, I'm a fan of the guy.
I'm not even a fan of him.
I like him. I want him to be the Yankees starting left fielder going forward, but he's not. And I don't feel bad in the sense that, it's so unfair that they did this to him.
It's not. It's not fair. He shouldn't be here anymore, and that's the end of the story. That's it.
That's it. The Yankees should just trade him now.
100%.
I think they will trade him because they
are going to.
Okay.
That's happening.
Okay.
And these actions have led to this. If they weren't going to trade him, they wouldn't be treating him this way. Trust me. It's not a good look.
Do you have a source?
No, it's just not a good look. The Yankees don't treat players this way unless they're going bye-bye. You know who it reminds me of? Sonny Gray.
Yeah, but
that's what the Yankees are doing, except they're not vocal about it.
Brian Cashman never called Sonny Gray.
I'd actually prefer Cashman to come out and say, yeah, we don't really like Frazier. We think he's kind of a prick.
Frazier's not really nice guy.
But the difference between the Yankees just wanted to get rid of him. They really didn't care what came back, although they did get a decent return on him. They're trying to trade Clint Frazier for a pitcher.
Do you think this is part of them protecting him?
What?
That not to show any more exposure. Like, he had his audition in the major leagues. They know they're getting rid of Clint Frazier. Let's just end it here before anything crazy happens. And
I think
what could have been worse than what happened in that Red Sox game on national television? What could have been worse?
Nothing.
I think they're just trying to form a playoff-ready roster. And Clint Frazier just wasn't.
If
really
the Yankees believe that Clint Frazier is their biggest trade chip to landing the missing piece in their rotation,
Madison,
then they should trade him. As much as I don't want that to happen, then they should trade him.
happening.
But if their idea is that we have too many outfielders right now for this kid to take up space on our major league roster, and I think he can go down in Scranton and work and be my starting left fielder next year, then guess what? You better like eating at Denny's, bro.
But, bro, how much more does this kid have to do? If this wasn't his time, then it's never happening. I'm sorry.
That might not be
ridiculous.
True. I think at the end of the day, the way that it's shaped out today and the acquisition of Encarnacion, I think the Yankees will end up trading him. But if they don't want to, they don't have to.
Obviously.
They don't owe Clint Frazier anything but a friggin' paycheck, okay? So as long as he's getting his money on the 1st and the 15th, they can do whatever the hell they want.
I agree.
You got a Ruby Tuesdays 0.3 miles from PNC.
I love that Ruby Tuesday.
They still got the salad bar?
Maybe Johnny Rockets.
If they don't have the salad bar, then what's the point of going?
Man,
you know what
he's
had
gonna
the
be
best?
eating good at least.
You know who had the
Scranton.
best salad bar? What? Charlie Brown's.
Where's still Charlie Brown's?
I don't even think there is. I think they're all
TV show?
done. Maybe Wayne.
You know who had the best salad bar?
Burger King. If you want something quick,
this is going to date you because you probably never ate here because you're probably too young. Steak and Ale.
Yeah, I have. Come on.
No, you never ate a steak and ale.
Steak and ale?
Yeah.
It was. Didn't
ale?
they have a location
where
where
Target is now in Fairfield?
Oh, really?
That's where the steak and ale was.
Wasn't there another one?
There probably was.
If you go down 46 on the right hand side there.
Okay.
Where like they have that Lone Star place.
Okay,
there was a Lone
take,
Star there.
T-bone steak, I'll have medium rare.
Steak and ale. Come on, I've eaten there before.
I want the blood dripping. Okay, I want it seeping.
All right, what else? What else?
Can I order anything, boss? Shut up, Mink. Sorry, boss. Okay.
Well, part of the reason that Clint Frazier might become expendable is that CC Sabathia's ERA is approaching 7 in his last handful of starts.
Jesus God.
He's not pitching well his last couple.
It's funny because CC can go either way, and it's one extreme or the other because he's not throwing a lot of innings. So if he's not throwing a lot of innings and giving up, 1 or 2 runs, his ERA is going to look good. But
the funny too.
Second he starts giving up 5-6 runs in 4 or 5 innings, that ERA is going to go through the roof.
His first 2 starts, he only threw 5 innings, but he didn't allow a run in either of those starts. Since then, it's been 4-2, 3-2, 1-4, 3-4, 5. So a lot of earned runs.
Yeah, and he's been stuck on 249 for a while.
And
now.
the problem with it is that it's just completely like it's happening. You go and take a piss, you come back, and he's given up 5 runs, and it's just completely taking this team out of every game he pitches lately, which you don't like to see. I know he's the number 5 guy, and it just sucks.
He's not the number 5 guy because they are going with an opener.
I know, I get it.
My boy Chad.
I hate giving life to the bloodsuckers who
they're the jackals. That's what we call them.
Who just forever were like, why do we sign CC? Why did we sign Gardner? So when Gardner's slumping, it's all you hear. I told you should have. And then now CC's shit in the bed. This is why we don't sign old 39-year-olds.
Again, the issue is that neither of those guys were able to play their intended roles this year.
Right. And we said that couldn't happen.
The problem with CC Sabathia right now is not that he's really slumping. It's that he's slumping while the team's slumping and they need starting pitching help.
Right.
And he's being relied on to be more than a 5th starter.
Right.
Because if Severino was here or if they did sign Keuchel got lit up in a AA start, I believe, this week. So whatever. And he wouldn't even be here to help them anyway.
He's also trying to work on his stuff, considering
nobody
he hasn't pitched all year.
Nobody cares. Okay.
The Yankees are gonna be upset they didn't get Keuchel.
I don't think so.
I do.
No, I don't think so.
And not upset in a sense of they should have done more because they shouldn't have. They're just going to be pissed off that it didn't.
Why is this guy going to pitch like Randy Johnson down the stretch?
I think he's a guy who could have really helped this team. I really do.
You want a Chad Green stat?
But
quick?
the Yankees were smart. Hear a nice Chad Green stat. Were smart for not doing. Going over
prior to his IL stint, he pitched in 10 games.
Well, he didn't have an IL stint. He just
rather get sent down demotion. Yes. 10 games. Demotion. 10 games, 7 strikeouts. And now, since coming back from AAA, 12 games. How many strikeouts do you think?
24.
Close.
22.
23.
Wow. Yeah, he had 6 yesterday, right? All his outs were recorded via strikeout.
So 23 strikeouts in his last 12 appearances, only 7 in his first 10. So clearly that strikeout pitch.
Yeah.
Even when he was struggling a little bit when he came back, you saw that the fastball had more life on it.
It totally did.
And then I think yesterday he kind of just put it all together.
Props. That's what I call props.
So what are we talking about? CC?
Yeah, we're back
he
on
sucks.
Sabathia.
Okay, so
I'll be you. Ready? Oh, get rid of him.
Yeah, they should.
He sucks.
They should get rid of him.
I mean,
no, they shouldn't. What are you going to do though with him? Seriously.
You know what you do with a horse that can't run anymore?
You put him down. You say, "Hey, Skippy, you look like you're going to be a nice set of glue."
A nice set of glue.
Yeah, nice glue stick.
Whatever, man. I really don't care. I think he'll be all right. He'll figure it out.
What do you do with him?
You have to keep pitching him.
Keep mowing
it's
him
like Brett Gardner. You're not gonna get rid of Brett Gardner.
But Brett Gardner is always this. This is how he's been his whole career.
I understand.
He's just a streaky guy.
No. But what I'm saying is, you're not gonna get rid of them.
Doing, if they have a full rotation eventually, if they get Severino added
on the IL,
maybe Montgomery, I could really see them pairing him with Chad Green as being his Nestor Cortez.
Can you get off the Montgomery train?
No,
please.
Jordy's got a full ride train coming.
I can't comprehend Jordan Montgomery making an impact on this team this year.
Then forget I said it. All right, if it makes you feel better.
All right, so what? You think he's going to piggyback with
I could
Green?
see him
What's the
being
point?
Nestor Cortez
Maybe
2.0.
CeCe should be the opener.
Why?
No, you want to throw the opener, and
you want the reliever to be the opener, not the starter.
Because that's
I just don't
the thing.
get the. I really
don't.
don't.
Go through the lineup once, and then they see a new pitcher. Boom. Done.
No, I don't think that's a terrible idea if you can get another starter in here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they add another arm plus Montgomery and Severino.
Montgomery is a ways away.
I know.
Though.
Aaron Boone said that a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Why don't you punch your brother in the face?
I always wanted to.
Come on, bro.
Let's do it for the pod.
You want to do it
punch for the pod?
Yeah.
Punch for the pod? Pod for the. I'll tell you what. Anyone still listening,
right hand.
Leave us a review if you want to see Ryan punch me in the face.
Yeah.
On the pod.
You want a left or a right?
Leave us a 5-star rating and say punch.
Hey,
punch on the pod.
No pulling. Don't pull that punch.
No. You got to go full force.
Hey, it's Rocky. I'm gonna
punch.
I'll
tell you what. If we get 10 punch on the pod reviews, I will do it. I'll let you do it.
All right. I won't punch you in the face, but I'll punch you.
No.
All right.
Right in the face. Right in the face.
I'll take
full
one for
force,
the team.
Dude, you're gonna drop.
I know. He's been like really training too.
Yeah, never since
I'll
you
take
gave me
it, bro.
Today's the 40th anniversary. No, it's not.
Just kidding.
Today's the 40th anniversary of the release of Rocky 2.
No way.
So this is a great episode to do the punch on the pod.
And Tyson Fury.
What is it? Punch on the pod or punch?
I love Tyson Fury.
You see his fight last night?
I saw clips.
I mean, that was
I saw him sing Aerosmith to his
yes,
wife
he did.
afterward.
He came out to Living on a Prayer. Living
That's
in America.
John Bon Jovi, isn't it?
He came like
full
he
Uncle
did
Sam.
I don't know.
He did the
Who
full
does Living on a Prayer?
Bon Jovi.
Or Madonna.
Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Wow. How do you go from one extreme?
Doesn't she have something with like a prayer?
Bon Jovi or
Like a prayer.
Madonna.
Like a prayer.
Yeah.
Living on a Prayer.
Like a virgin.
Anyway, he came out and
Deadwood.
he did like a reenactment of the Apollo Creed entrance from Rocky 4. And then he treated his opponent like Apollo Creed. It was
Well, thank God it didn't end like
there was no way that fight was on the up and up. I watched it. It was a complete fix. And I like boxing.
Do you have anything more to talk about before we get to
I want
our
Tyson
segment?
Fury to come over here and beat the crap out of you.
Okay, thanks.
that would be
Because I think
cool.
this is a nice segue into we're talking about way back when Rocky was.
Oh, so 40 years ago?
Good segue.
Was it 40 years ago?
I just said
my
that.
God,
You
man.
complain
I didn't
about
hear you
everybody
say
else
40.
not paying attention.
Since the
I
second
didn't hear
Rocky.
you say 40.
What was the first
I
one?
thought you said
76,
20
right?
something.
Yeah, 76 and 79.
Wow.
77.
Wow.
So we got a new segment on the show. Do you want to tell the
I
fans
love
about
it. Well, it kind of just came about. We were waiting for Christian. He was about 40 minutes late today. It's Father's Day, so, had important things to do, more important than the show. And me and Ryan were just doing something, messing around, and it kind of turned into greatness. Like, that's how greatness happens, I think.
Maybe.
But this is way back when in the Bronx, and we're going to tweet this out. This is going to be like a little teaser every week, too. It's brought to you by baseballism.com. Check out baseballism.com. Use promo code CHASE28 for free shipping, and we hope you enjoy way back when in the Bronx.
It'll be a 1-2 to make. And then the deep drive to center field. That ball is high and gone into the eye beyond that Cameron Maven hits home run number 19 in a row for the New York Yankees. That's 19. Their record is 25 for 19 on a deep drive to center field by, you guessed it, Cameron Maven. A dinger.
All right, we are back here on episode 127
That was pretty good.
That was funny.
That was great.
of your New
Way
York
back
Yankees
when.
Sports Talk podcast.
What do we do if there's no highlight? Like, what if the Yankees play like garbage?
You can't
and
find a highlight.
I don't know, man.
Then we'll do a low light version.
Come up with something.
You know what? If they do if they have like a really bad week, maybe you do just like the worst low light, just of them like.
Even if they lose 15-1 in 10 straight games, you can find the RBI single that
We need to
scored
add
the
that
run.
effect where it's like the newspaper twirling in
Yeah,
and
I
it
could
pops
do that.
up.
I got that.
I think we should keep it positive.
I agree, bro.
Well,
Positive,
the Yankees.
positivity, all right?
It's going to be positive the whole time.
Did you know how hard it was to resurrect Phil Rizzuto from the dead to do that?
It was very difficult.
We pulled some strings.
We actually had to get his family to sign off on it.
Holy cow.
Yeah, but
He did it.
Holy cow.
Number 61.
Back when I played for Billy Martin. That's Lou Piniella.
Well, I don't know how we're going to segue into this, but we'll just go right here. Number 27 will be back in the Bronx on Tuesday. Giancarlo Stanton will rejoin the team coming off his IL stint. I think he's played, 3 games this year?
How excited are you, dude?
I'm very.
I can't wait to see G back in pinstripes.
Now, do you think that will also be Edwin's debut?
Encarnacion is joining the team on Monday.
Edwin will be Monday. Week. And they have plans to put him right in the lineup.
Who?
From what I heard.
Who?
Encarnacion.
Who? No, Mike Talkman's going to be the starting outfielder.
And certainly he's going to be Clint Frazier.
Yeah, I mean,
how much further behind is Judge? Like, I feel like they're trying to be positive about this, but they're like, yeah, he's a little bit further behind, and
he's got to play back-to-back days in the outfield. I think he played his first game in the outfield on Sunday.
Stanton's ripping the cover off the ball.
Play in a little league field there in Tampa,
dude.
Stanton
they were in Durham this weekend.
Didn't he have 5 home runs in 4 games the other day?
What a small stadium that looked like.
No, I think it ended up being 5 and 4.
Did it? I don't know.
Crazy, man.
Is that guy? Nah.
I mean, Cameron Maben's homered in back-to-back games. Does that mean that we DFA?
Did you see him going
Maben
to the dugout? He was flexing.
Kept the streak going.
He was flexing.
I mean, do we have to DFA Stanton now because Maben hit home runs in back-to-back games?
Down the road, if he
you got to do what the people want. Okay, that's what the people want. All right.
All right. I don't. Here's something that's been bothering me a little bit is that people are like, "Oh, Judge is struck out like 9 out of 10 at bats in Scranton." Okay, which point?
Okay.
Does it matter?
No.
Do you think a rehab assignment matters at all?
No.
What do you think the Yankees are looking for right now?
The Yankees are making sure that he can get through competitive innings without feeling any pain in a competitive environment where he's swinging full force, so on and so forth. And B, they do want his timing to get down a little bit before he comes back up into the major league. So those two things being mixed together are what the Yankees are primarily looking
Didi
for.
did literally nothing in his rehab with Scranton. He's striking out, popping balls up. Did that really affect him when he came up?
No.
So you can't make too much out of what you see in a rehab assignment. These guys are down there.
You just want to make sure they're getting competitive innings in.
It's just you want to be healthy. First of all, the big thing is they just want to make sure these guys are healthy.
Right.
They want them to get their timing down. They want them to see competitive pitching, which in AAA, these are guys that are trying to get to the big leagues. And when did they get down there? Friday? They were facing Austin Pruitt, who has major league experience with the Tampa Rays. So this is a guy that Judge and Stan has faced before. So these are not ham and eggers down there. Some of them might be, but
a ham and egger.
Most of the time, these are guys that are, former major leaguers or guys that are trying to take that next step. So these are relatively competitive at-bats they're having. So that's all they're looking for. If Stanton hits 9 home runs in 10 at-bats, that's gravy. But that's not what they're looking for.
No, it gives you a little more confidence that they're ready to go. But like I said, you just need to put the hours in. You just need to, in a case for Judge more than Stanton for me, because Judge's injury is just directly correlated with his swing. He's got to show you some competitive approaches at the plate. Some heavy-duty swings.
He can go 0 for 15 with 15 strikeouts.
But as long as he's feeling okay,
if he says that he's healthy,
absolutely.
And I'm bringing him up.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more.
So we don't know an exact date for Judge. You keep hearing this homestand, which
I'm going to say by the end of this week.
I'm going to sometime when Houston's coming in on Thursday for 4 games. I'm going to say hopefully Friday night. Fingers crossed.
Imagine that. That'd be awesome.
Going to the game Friday.
Are you going
night.
Friday?
Yeah. That's why I'm saying.
That'd be pretty wild.
That would be wild.
That would be great.
Because you remember just how berserk the stadium went when he got into that game defensively.
Oh my God. Remember that game Jeter came back and he had the Eminem song. I'm back.
I don't remember that.
That was after his leg injury.
That song?
Who?
Stan?
Guess who's
How's
back?
that song go? What's his
back
line?
again?
He's writing a letter in the beginning.
Stan.
Oh, dear Stan.
That's a great song,
It
but
is
I
a
don't
great
know
song.
anybody that would use that as a walk-up song.
Not even this part?
Oh, the Dido part?
Maybe Gardy would, because what's Gardy's song now? It's like depressing.
He doesn't. I heard something with him that he doesn't even know what his song is.
Brett is all
He
around
just
me
tells
are
the guy to pick like
familiar
a country song that's like on the top 10 of the.
Oh my God!
So he doesn't really put a lot of effort into it.
I don't think he really. You know why? Because he cares about more important things.
Yeah,
like busting his lip.
Yeah.
Look at Gardy being a little rebel this weekend. He didn't shave.
I like that.
Ooh.
He's like,
what are you gonna do?
He probably got written up for that.
What are you gonna do? Find me, cut me.
What are you gonna do? Throw a helmet at my face?
I already did that.
So, hopefully by Friday, the Yankees offensively will be whole again.
Fully stocked.
What is this lineup going to look like?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it. Are we talking Judge, Stanton, both back?
Yes.
Wow.
Full force. Well, LeMahieu's been leading off consistently, right? Righty or lefty?
Yes.
So they're probably not going to move him.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't.
That's the way.
Dude,
I have it
what
written.
do you even do? Do you have Voit bat third or
Well,
Didi?
I actually wrote this out.
All right, let me hear yours because you.
I wrote one out as well.
I can't even go.
All right, so I got LeMahieu leading off at third.
Okay, I got
Same.
that. Judge.
second, batting in right field.
Okay.
And then I like Hicks in the 3 hole.
Really?
He's a switch hitter. And
What about Didi though as a lefty?
No, Hicks. Even last year when the Yankees were whole, they had Hicks in the 3 hole.
Okay, you're right, and he did very well from the 3 hole.
You got Stanton in left.
Going Stanton 4. Okay.
Then you got Gary 5th.
Gary 5th?
Yeah.
And you're going Edwin all the way down, dude.
Then I've seen a lot of mock lineups where they're burying Didi 8th. I can't bury him that far because he's my one true lefty, so I got him batting 6th.
What? Bro, where you batting Edwin Encarnacion?
I got Voit. I got Voit 7 at first. Then Edwin 8. And then this is how
I have Edwin 8th too.
This is how stupid this lineup is.
Dude, else are you gonna play?
Gleyber Torres is batting 9th.
I
like Torres 9th.
No, but
there's no other place for him.
This is how stupid.
But
this
don't you like him 9th anyway?
No, I do. But look how stupid this is.
I know.
Like stupid, like mine.
But how can you have Edwin Encarnacion bat that low?
Where are you gonna?
He's
bat
got to
him?
bat after Gary.
You're gonna.
He's scarier
No.
up there.
I can't do that to Didi. Not because it's Didi, but because
Didi 7th.
No, that's too low for my only lefty.
Come on.
I gotta break up the righties a little bit. That's why I like Hicks 3 and Didi 6.
That's why I like Hicks 7, Didi 3.
No, you're not gonna do that.
I have Hicks 7th.
You like Hicks 7?
I like Didi 3.
No, I don't like Hicks, and I'm going to give you another reason why I don't like Hicks that low. I don't like him that low because the one thing he does...
I'm going Gary, Edwin,
on
Hicks.
base.
He gets on base, and he does a decent job of working counts.
Luke Voit is going to bat 8th? I can't even do this lineup.
I have Voit 6th.
You know what? If I'm Aaron Boone, I'm so
frustrated. Change every single game.
I'm so frustrated at this point, I don't even do a lineup. I just
What would you be frustrated about?
Because my team is so goddamn good that I can't even make a logical lineup.
I think this is pretty logical, honestly.
I think your lineup's very logical.
I got LeMahieu,
I
Judge.
just don't like Edwin Encarnacion batting 8th for me. It's very counterproductive.
No, it's not.
Imagine
you
that.
you have no other choice. You really have no other choice.
I like
but to
scrappier guys 8-9. I do.
They don't have scrappier guys now.
Torres is kind of scrappy.
Okay, well he's batting 9th.
He's 9th.
I guess because I'm
guys
putting
on pace to hit 30 home
I'm
runs.
putting Voit 8 anyway. He's not scrappy.
Okay, so your 7, 8, 9 are.
I'm mad. I'm mad at how good this team's.
Your 7, 8, 9 has the potential to hit a combined 90 home runs, if not more.
Sickening. It's actually sickening.
And people wonder, and people have the balls to complain about why they got Edwin Encarnacion.
Sickening. And Ryan's sitting there, and not to knock you, because honestly, I thought the same thing, kind of. I just didn't say it out loud. Ryan's sitting there going, he's kind of like washed up, and he could kind of still. And I'm going, yeah, but at Yankee Stadium, he could. And then a graphic pops up, AL league leading home runs, and I'm going,
I don't think I called him washed up, but I didn't think he was still contributing at the level he is.
Seriously, I really didn't, because you don't hear from anyone.
49 RBI.
Just like Manny Machado going to San Diego, you're never going to hear from him ever again. You don't hear from anyone in Seattle. You don't hear.
What the hell was that?
Parrot.
That's his parrot. Oh. You don't hear about
Edwin
Encarnacion.
I thought we were getting rid of the parrot.
Do you think the parrot's gone?
My parrot kind of just sounds like Jimmy
the emoji.
Stewart.
Do you think they're gonna? Do you think the Yankees will do a whole ceremony for him where they shoot the parrot?
That could be a funny segment.
Off they shoot
Edwin's
the parrot off his hand, and then they do.
Do you think the Yankees have told?
They do a burial.
Good job, boss.
Do you think the Yankees have told Didi not to do the tweets anymore?
Sorry.
Why Didi hasn't been doing?
He hasn't done them, and he was asked about it today, and he said he didn't want to talk about it, and not so many words. But that's basically what he
just
said.
Didn't want to do it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
No, he's upset about it then. He's upset about it.
He said, I just don't really want to talk about it.
Sometimes the Yankees are a bunch of assholes. You got to admit that.
But why would they tell him to stop it? I don't get it. I don't know. I'm not even going to say what I think because it's stupid. It's not real. I don't want to bring up anything that's not real that you can't comprehend. Go ahead, say it, dumbass.
No, just saying. Maybe the Yankees are like, listen, Didi, you creating these emoji tweets are making people connect with these players too much, and then if we got to ship them out, it's just creating more chaos on social media.
That's
I told you it was stupid. I told you it wasn't real.
Maybe he just got bored of doing it. And it was
but really, if the Yankees
he ran out of emojis for guys like Mike Talkman.
But if the Yankees told him not to do it,
do you think he would have used? I don't want to say that.
What, the parrot?
The water gun emoji for Tyro Estrada.
No, I don't think he would have used that one.
By the way, before we wrap up the show, my dad wanted to come on today for Father's Day. Remember, he's been hounding us for it, but he drank too much last night and he puked everywhere. So he was hurting today.
Does he even listen
on Father's Day? Does he even
listen to the show?
He does, I think, but not enough.
Not enough to warrant.
He doesn't support us.
He doesn't warrant a guest spot.
He'll text me all the time and be like,
"If you hear this, then
he'll be like,
warrant approved."
Yeah,
you can search.
He'll text me all the time and be like, "If you guys keep at it, you guys are going to take off. Blah blah blah. You guys are great." And then I'll be like, "Do you listen?" And be like, "No, I don't really have that much time, but occasionally."
He sits in his office all day playing solitaire.
Seriously,
you can't put the pot on.
So I wanted to blow him up. I wanted to blow up his spot. He said he wants a rain check, but he was hurting. He told me today that he was puking in a parking lot last night.
Yeah, he had a
My father's like 60 years old. He's too old for
that. Listen. He drank. They gave him a little bit too much alcohol, right?
Once you get past
seltzer
25,
I disagree. You gotta let the guy live. You gotta let the guy live. You gotta let him live.
No, there's no age limit on puking in a parking lot. You want to be 73?
Come on.
Puking in a parking lot? Go for it.
No, you can't be drunk puking.
You want to be 13
as a grandpa?
I agree. You want to be 13 puking in a parking lot? Bada bing, bada boom.
Lesson learned.
Once you reach grandpa status, it's time to hang up your puking in a parking lot.
What? That's my grandpa impression.
Well, Sonny,
I just want
get over here. You ever have this Everclear?
Oh, I don't feel so good.
Oh, boy.
Oh, is this a parking lot? Oh.
All right, let's look at the schedule.
Okay, all right. We're going to go to the schedule now.
Okay.
I think we've reached that point in the show.
Yeah, where it's going off the rails.
So right now we'll look at the standings here real quick. The Yankees half game, but a game in a loss column lead over the Rays. They came back and beat the Angels today. So both teams are 5-5 in their last 10. So the Yankees were a little bit of a skid there, and not that they're completely out of it, but they played 500 ball this week. So
all right,
a little. You're taking steps towards getting better.
We should have said this too. I know they haven't been the easiest team to watch over the last couple weeks, and they haven't played the best baseball. But at the end of the day, you got to just look at what everyone else has done, and this team hasn't lost any ground.
A little bit to the Red Sox. The Red Sox are 7 back now.
Yeah, but you know what? They're in first place, this team. And that's, if you can go through a 2-week span of you playing your worst baseball and still be in first place, you're doing something right.
They lost a game to the Rays and they lost 2 to the Red Sox.
Yeah, you're doing something right though.
So it's not
all right.
They went through this rough patch,
which every team is going to go through,
and it hasn't been catastrophic for them.
Right, and that's very important.
All right, so yes, that's what we got there in the standings wise, and then we'll look at the schedule here. The Yankees will return home Monday. They will play 3 against the Tampa Bay Rays. We have Chirinos starting for the Rays on Monday against Tanaka. Just flip a coin. We'll see.
Yeah.
Or you might not even be able to flip a coin. You can flip that coin and you'll get 5 really good innings and 1 not so good inning.
Yeah, maybe. Tanaka is just, man, a toss-up.
Apparently, the Rays have acquired a new pitcher, TBD. He'll be pitching on Tuesday against J Happ.
TBD kills us.
And then 105, keep that in mind here. Oof, I don't like this pitching matchup at all, though the Yankees do handle Snell pretty well. They haven't been overwhelmed by him.
They played him very well.
Yeah.
Snell versus CC 105 to wrap up the series on Wednesday. And then I think we can come back Wednesday evening and talk about the Rays series, which will be a battle for first place in the East. So the Yankees have played the Rays 6 so far. They've won 4 out of 6, took 2 out of 3 both times. You know what? I don't see why they can't do it again.
Hey, I mean, look, they got the shitty playing out of the way. Now it's time to turn it back up. Now it's time to start winning series again. That's why I said I think these last 2 wins were more than just 2 wins for this team. I think the way they came out and they really put the offense, put the team up with their offense right away and held on to those leads. And today they kind of just really buried the White Sox. I thought these 2 wins going back home now were very, very important for this team, the way they did it.
And I never one to complain about the roster, the lineup, because I understand that in 2019, guys are going to get rested. I do. And I think a lot of fans, and this is not to take a shot at the fans, but I think it would help a lot of people if they just understood the way baseball is now. Then it would be a lot less complaining, because if you can you just got to understand there's going to be certain things that are out of your control, because that's just the way things are now. Guys are going to rest. Nobody plays 162 games anymore. So guys get rest days. So you knew going into today, Gary Sanchez not playing. Day game after night game. He played the first 3 games of the series. Not playing today. No issue with that. And now, as I said, I'm not one to complain about the lineups, but this was a big game for the Yankees today. They needed to win this game. You couldn't lose this series to the White Sox. You had to come away with the split after losing the first 2 games. I didn't like that both Hicks and Didi were out of lineup today.
But what did I say?
It always seems to work out in their favor. It always
does somehow, some way. Somehow, some way.
But your
I don't get it.
Analytics have to tell you that the world is not going to end if you wait to give Didi or Hicks a day off on Monday.
Apparently it does.
I'm just saying, if they had won the first 3 of this series and they wanted to put that lineup out, I wouldn't.
Listen, I agree with you 100% when it comes to that stuff.
But
but I don't get mad at it anymore.
I'm just saying,
because they just find a way to win still.
You can't have 3 guys like that.
When you guys talked about how shitty the lineup was, I came back and I said that means they're going to win.
And in the back of my mind the whole time, I'm saying to myself, I bet you they score a bunch of runs today. Yeah. But I don't want to be put in that position.
Don't put him in this position anymore, guys. All right?
When Judge Scranton and Encarnacion
probably won't have to anymore. That was it.
I mean, if Judge Scranton and Encarnacion come back and you want to give 3 guys a day off, I don't think it won't really matter.
It doesn't matter who's getting a day off.
But did you see that bench today with Didi?
It was disgusting. What? It was Sanchez.
The bench today was Sanchez,
Didi, and Hicks. Wow. I mean, what other team has a bench like that on any given day and also go out and win, 10-3?
Yeah.
Come on. The Yankees are good. They're good.
And they only had 1 home run.
And I'm not. And please don't be that person that says, "But can he pitch?" Because it doesn't. The 2 things are not connected.
No.
They're just not.
Please.
And that SNY tweet, that's what annoyed me about it, partially because it was, and somebody even said
dog jaw.
And it was almost like, and somebody, one of the beat writers said it in the comments, like, the Yankees they're not only allowed to make one trade.
Right.
And Cashman didn't use up his one trade on Edwin Encarnacion.
Right.
So he's out there working. Let the man do his job. Today is what?
You want my future trade? What's going to happen? What I think?
What?
Frazier for Stroman.
No, I don't want to do that.
No.
I'm just thinking because Cashman likes to go back to the same teams.
I'm not going to say no to you.
He doesn't really introduce new teams.
But
he's never worked with Washington. He's never worked really with San Francisco.
But
he has made trades.
I'll say this. It's June 16th. You'll listen to this on June 17th.
Maybe, or June 18th. You'll listen to this, all right?
Maybe June 19th.
There's still, 6 weeks before the trade deadline?
Yeah.
The pitching market needs to develop.
Right.
That was
just my guess, man. That was my guess. So when it happens, we could play this segment back. What episode is this?
127.
127.
The next move,
The only thing I don't like about trading Frazier, first of all, I don't like Marcus Stroman. I just don't.
He's having a good year, dude.
That's great. I
like Stroman. I think he's a good dude.
I just
think he's a hard-working dude. No, seriously. I know he comes off as a punk, but he's not.
Well, when you mutilate your dog, that makes you a good dude.
I don't know about the dog stuff.
Shouldn't have brought up Marcus Stroman.
I don't know about the dog stuff.
Well, I just told you.
I'm talking about a guy on the mound here.
That's great.
Did you
Marcus Stroman?
Don't call him a good guy when he mutilates dogs.
All right.
You can say that you want
I'm
to
going
trade
to pretend like he never mutilated any dogs.
Well, you can't because that cat's out of the bag.
I don't know if you know that for a fact.
I do.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
You saw proof.
Yeah.
Okay. Proof. I'm going to look it up.
Okay. It's on his Instagram. He doesn't really.
He
doesn't really seem to care about it too much.
He put it out there.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Respect to him for putting it out.
Yeah, I think. Cutting his dog's ears off. I mean, that's real.
And now with the dogs.
That's a Scooby-Doo impression.
Okay.
Raggy Roo?
I like
Scoob.
Shut up. I never really liked Marcus Stroman anyway. I'm not trading Clint Frazier for him. And especially, I don't want to keep Clint Frazier in the division.
Yeah, well, too bad.
No, you can't.
Too bad.
You can't.
So find somebody else.
Okay.
You want to trade Marcus Stroman? For Marcus Stroman? Fine. Give up somebody else. I'm not keeping Clint Frazier near at least.
We'll see. You'll see.
Okay.
Well, I'll see.
You will see.
I would have gotten away with it.
And we will hopefully see you. Follow us on Twitter at NYY Sports Talk. Follow our sponsors at Baseballism. Go to baseballism.com. Use the code CHASE28 for free shipping. It's that guy, Rye.
Go Yanks.
Chris. Why?
He's a parrot.
I had to get 2 more parrots out for my boy Edwin.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Nobody ever interrupts you when I go to Stat Guy Rye.
Never.
That's a lie. Play it back.
Chris, say goodbye.
Peace.